Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be going over the 2019 Mercedes GLE 63S. This is an absolutely crazy car with a twin turbo V8. We'll get into all of that in just a moment, but a big shout out and thank you to Mercedes-Benz of Draper for providing us with the GLE. Check out their inventory in the link below if you're in the market for a new Mercedes. And as always, we're going to do a quick walk around on the car, then we're going to take it out to see how it drives. Under the hood here, we have a 5.5 liter V8 that is twin turbocharged. In terms of power outputs, it's 577 horsepower and 561 pound-feet of torque. It's all through a 7-speed automatic transmission. And then in terms of fuel economy, it is going to be good for 14 around town and then 18 on the highway. And I just want you guys to actually see this engine. So you can see full carbon fiber, which looks absolutely amazing. And then you do have the person through AMG that actually hand built this engine, so I think that's a really nice touch. Really cool looking setup in general. So let's go over things on the front end. So at the top, first and foremost, you've got these nice little bulges, kind of make it look a little bit more muscular. You've got venting at the top as well, looks really nice. And then you can see you've got these full LED lights, so LED projector bulbs, and then you've got little LED accent lights to go around them. Mercedes logo that also doubles as like a sensor for adaptive cruise control, all that kind of stuff. You've got a little camera in the front as well, and then you've got parking sensors all throughout the front. And now you can see the venting here, all of it is real venting, extra airflow into the engine and all of that, so really cool. And then they've got the cool front splitter design. I think overall, just like the aggressive look of this is absolutely amazing. Again, remember, this is an SUV, 285 millimeter, 325 millimeter, 22-inch rims on both. And then just look at the size of these brakes. They are absolutely massive. It is just crazy. Just behold. Okay, anyways, you see a little trim that goes all the way along there, and then it does say V8 bi-turbo since it is a twin turbocharged V8. And now let's head over to the back. Here is our key fob for the GLE 63S. You got a couple functions, your lock and unlock, and then you have the tailgate release. So we press that, that'll open up the rear hatch on the GLE 43. And if we come to the rear here, we can see that there is actually a decent amount of storage space. You got a little cargo cover right there, 12 volt in the back. First aid kit's over here instead of down there, if you saw the other review. Anyways, we can pop this open, see a spare tire just underneath, and then you can do this little function right here to lock it, and then this will actually lower it down, or you can press it again to stop it at the point that you lowered it down. And now that's popping down, let's go over the bottom. So you can see the quad outlet exhaust looks super aggressive, especially with the rear diffuser. You've got little tow package on the back, more parking sensors. And then it says AMG GLE 63S. Got this cool little chrome trim that kind of goes all the way around. And then the full LED taillights. And then this one again is the Coupe, so you can kind of see the sloped roof line design. Now in the rear here, the leather on this is super nice. So it's very soft to the touch, very premium feeling. They've got beautiful stitching, beautiful carbon fiber trim, get a little window control right there. And then looking at these seats, again, more of that very nice soft leather. They've got kind of like perforations right here and in the center, very premium looking. And then you can see in here you've got some seat controls, climate controls as well. And then you've got little, you know, when your kids need to have a smoke. Anyways, cup holders right here, and then you can see the space in the rear is actually really good, and then you've got some extra storage on the back part of the seat. So the keyless entry is actually right there, and then to unlock it, just put your hand on the back of the door handle, and that unlocks the 63S. And you can open up this to see the door panel in the front. Looks almost identical to the rear, so more of that really soft leather with the contrasted stitching. Beautiful carbon fiber trim that goes all the way down. See all of your seat controls here on the side of the door. Lock and unlock, memory seat functions, and then all of your window controls. The mirrors are power folding. And then that's actually for the little tailgate. One of the speakers for the sound system. And then here is the seats for the front. So it says AMG at the top, and again, more of that beautiful leather, feels and looks really nice. You can see the pedal layout just down below. And then you've got the little parking brake right here. These are for your light controls, fog lights, and then you can see that the steering wheel is automatically adjustable. You've got a little function for the heated steering wheel. So to start it up, you actually have to put the key in here. So just put that in, twist it, and you will hear that V8, that 5.5 liter V8 rumble to life. So on this part of the steering wheel, we've got all of our voice command controls right here. Mercedes logo on the center, says AMG at the bottom, and then you've got all of your controls for that little center stack. You've got your little paddle shifters and down, up. I think it's a funny touch. The steering wheel though, I am absolutely in love with the steering wheel. So you've got the little marker in the center so you know where the center line is. Alcantara on both sides. They do it with the AMGs in general, but I love the look of the steering wheel. It just looks and feels very, very premium. You got your regular stalks to the side, cruise control just down there, and then that is your little gear selector on the other side. So we've got little center gauges right here, and you can see that you can scroll through them. There's a couple different menus that you can kind of go through on the vehicle. So just basically gives you different bits of information on the GLE 63, but pretty standard setup for the automotive industry right now. We've got our center screen. It's got this little keypad thing that basically scrolls through different parts of the screen. And kind of like I said in the GLE 43, it takes a second to get used to the system, but then once you get used to using it, it's pretty intuitive. And then you can put it into reverse. You can see a bird's eye camera will pop right up. And so it's just really easy to park this in general. It gives you tons of camera views. And then to put it back in park, you actually have to click that button in, and now you're in park. So interesting use on the shifter right there. We've got a bunch of analog controls for the whole radio system right here. Heated and cooled seats, parking sensors, auto stop start, your hazard lights right there. And then that is for your stability control. And then we've got climate controls just down below. And it is a dual zone climate in here, so you can control all of that via this little functioning right here. Really easy to use, intuitive in general. And actually, I like the look of it. So we've got this little kind of center area. And again, it looks like kind of like a little ashtray, which is interesting. Cup holders right here, and then this whole area is where you guys are going to get a little bit excited. So that's your manual shift mode if you want to shift the gears yourself. This is to raise up the car, and then you've got your stability control right here, and then this is for your suspension to make it tighter so you can go around corners quicker. And then you've got all of your drive modes right here. By the way, this is that little thing for the screen that I went off earlier. Anyways, back to drive mode. So you've got your individual, your comfort, your sport, sport plus, and then you've got your little snow mode. And when you go into Sport or Sport Plus, it kind of opens up the valves with the exhaust, so it gets a lot louder. You get all those pops and crackles, and AMG is known for those to sound amazing. Little center console here, so you just press this button, opens up on both sides, fully lined with felt, decent amount of storage space in there in general, pretty standard setup. And then we got over the glove box, again, lined with felt, and this glove box really good looking in general. Beautiful stitching on the outside of the glove box. The glove box feels and looks really premium, and you've got beautiful carbon fiber trim up above, and then you've got more leather with the contrasted stitching. Up top, notice that we've got Alcantara headliner. You've got this for the sunroof, and it's kind of like not like a full panoramic, but it kind of almost is, pretty close in general. All of your light controls right here, and then you've got this for the little sunglass holder, and it's actually lined with felt. I've never seen that before. That's real. That's real, guys. Only in AMG. Now to wrap things up with the interior, let's go over pricing. So the GLE 63S, with how this one is spec'd out, stickers for about $122,000 before any type of market adjustment. That all being said though, let's take it out to see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. So you can see visibility of the hood. It slopes down, so it's actually really easy to see. You can see visibility throughout both of the mirrors. And by the way, there is blind spot monitoring on this as well, so that'll kind of help out on that front. And then see visibility throughout the rear, which, again, I kind of mentioned this in the GLE 43 AMG video, that it's actually pretty easy to see out of the back, even though that sloped roofline design in general kind of, I thought it would impede visibility more, but it really, really doesn't. So let's fully set off now. Okay, so driving this around for a second, I want to talk about road noise and ride quality. So ride quality, just like on the 43 AMG, is really, really smooth in general. And again, I'm so surprised that Mercedes has been able to tune the suspension to be so smooth with just how big the rims they're putting and how low profile tires, because this basically has sports car tires on it that are just a little bit bigger for an SUV. And then in terms of cabin noise, You hear some nice sounds from that twin turbo V8, but other than that, the cabin's really well insulated. I mean, it's pretty windy outside today, and I'm not hearing a whole lot of wind or anything like that, and I'm really close to an interstate, and again, I can't hear that. Like, it's such a well insulated cabin. I just put it over into the Sport Plus mode so you guys can kind of hear it a little bit better. That engine noise, it's so amazing, and especially the exhaust note on this is just crazy. I mean, that's why a lot of people buy this car. Obviously the power, super powerful, but then also the sounds that it makes in general. And while we're talking about that, let's go over steering feel. So you can see the steering on it is very, very light and effortless. So even though this is a very like dedicated, I would call it like a sports SUV in a sense, it still has very light and effortless steering. So really, really comfortable vehicle to drive. You could drive it every single day, no problem. Now we're gonna get an acceleration in a moment with this, but what I'd like to mention is these paddles feel really, really nice to the touch. It's something that would be really fun just to basically go through the gears with the paddles. I can already tell in general, so that's another really nice touch on this. And again, I'm loving the steering wheel. So just how these grips are with the Alcantara, it feels really nice. It looks really nice as well, but it also just feels really nice in your hands because it's so grippy. Get a little acceleration here. Yeah, that V8 sounds really good, and it has a really solid exhaust note, just like on the V6. It's phenomenal. I mean, I can just already feel how much power this has, and it is absolutely crazy. So to sum things up, if you are in the market for, you know, a full-blown luxury SUV and you want something that has like a cooler kind of design like this has with that coupe design, and you still want a big old school V8, this has all of that. I mean, 5.5 liter V8 sounds great. This car actually looks really aesthetically pleasing. You have to see it in person. So overall, Mercedes has done a fantastic job with this. So if you're in the market for that, definitely check out the GLE 63S. And there we have it, everyone. The 2019 Mercedes GLE 63S. Beautiful, beautiful SUV. I absolutely love it. Sounds super, super crazy. But anyways, as always, if you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe, comment down below what you thought. And then again, a huge shout out and thank you to Mercedes-Benz of Draper for providing us with the car. If you're in the market for a new Mercedes, check out their inventory in the link below.